It's time for baseball on MLB Network. Should be a good one here this afternoon between the Chicago Cubs and the San Francisco Giants. Live baseball here on MLB Network, and it comes your way next. Madison Bumgarner, a lefty from North Carolina, gets the starting assignment. HR, what's the word on him?
Well, Matt, he's got 5 pitches, and I love the fact he mixes them well. And we'll just see if he's on today. That means he's throwing strikes with all of them, and he'll have a dominant game if he does so.
Now to the plate, Kyle Schwarber. He will lead this one off today.
Leading off for the Cubs, left fielder Kyle Schwarber.
Underway at the ballpark this afternoon as the first pitch is in there for strike one. Bumgarner ready with the 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Our temperature here this afternoon creeping up to the 60-degree mark here at first pitch. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. And this is chopped foul near the plate, and the count will move to 1-2 now. Misses, ball 2.
After 2 breaking pitches, there's a pretty good chance right now you're probably going to get something right in the middle of the strike zone to swing at. So if you're looking for it, go ahead and turn that baby loose.
He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Around first, he's digging for second. And now this is thrown wildly, just getting it into the infield.
Wow, that's the way to kick off a day at the ballpark right there. Leadoff hitter, and he puts the pitcher on his heels right out of the gate with a leadoff double. It's hard to get settled into a game as a pitcher when you're dealing with the runner in scoring position 1 batter into the game.
Here's Chris Bryant now. Lifetime numbers against Bumgarner, not great. He's 1 for 8. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1. Now the 0-1. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And that'll get down out there for extra bases. And the run will score as the Cubs strike first to lead it 1-0.
Every manager and every pitcher in the league loves to play with an early lead, and they've got one here. Back-to-back doubles put them up by a run with the opportunity to stretch the lead here with another dangerous hitter set to step up.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. He's set. Here it comes. Chop foul over towards the coaching box.
Oh, he's going to want that pitch again. That ball's right down the middle in his wheelhouse. His eyes lit up. He just didn't let it travel deep enough where he could square it and keep it fair.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Matthew Ross.
You talk about a pitcher's umpire. If you're working both sides of the plate, you have a tendency to be pretty effective with Matthew Ross back there. Look, there's no doubt he's a pitcher's umpire. If I was pitching in this game, I'm sending him a taxi, making sure he gets there safe.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul.
Oh, he's clearly hitting off the fastball right there. You don't hit one that hard if you're not looking for it.
There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Pence going back on it, and that ball is over the wall out toward the cove. A home run. A 2-run shot off the bat of Anthony Rizzo, and the Cubs have taken a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you never want to give up anything in the first inning, but to go down 3-0, it's just painful. Can't afford any more early mistakes, or the hole's going to be too deep to climb out of.
Batting fourth.
Here's Ben Zobrist now.
Ben Zobrist.
As he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1.
To me, it looks like he just doesn't trust himself out there on the mound. It's like he's fighting his body on every pitch, and as a result, we're seeing a lot of balls from him early on in this game.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. This is in the air to right. Pence has a read on it, makes the play, 1 away. With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. Harold, what's the key for him against one of the best starters in the game?
Matt, have you seen this guy throw? Whew, he is electric. What do you got to do against him? I think you got to attack him early. He's just too overpowering. His stuff is electric. He's got one of those great power arms that we'll talk about for years to come. You got to take it to him before he takes it to you.
Here comes the first pitch. Addison Russell comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1.
Oh, Matt, look, it's real simple. If you're going to throw the ball down the middle in the big leagues, you're going to get hammered. He's got to put the ball in the corner if he wants to have any chance.
And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
Wow, I'm not sure if he was looking past this guy to the slugger coming up or just lost focus. But now the big bat steps to the plate with a great RBI opportunity.
Here's Jason Hayward now. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1.
You know, guys, these hitters have had some great looks at that slider so far, and clearly they're all on the same page. The plan is simple. Lay off that slider and make him bring up something straight in the strike zone.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Right on the corner, a fastball that he takes for a strike. Three runs already home here. Hit on the ground out to short. There's one. On to Belt, and they turn the double play. That ends the inning. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. Home half of the first coming up from McCovey Cove. It's 3-0 Chicago. John Lester, the southpaw out of the state of Washington, will be the starter. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, you don't see a lot of guys that have 5 pitches, right? Sometimes it's hard to master even 2 or 3. But if you can master 5 like he has, he'll be in pretty good shape.
At the plate, Gorkys Hernandez. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder, Gorkys Hernandez.
And a cut fastball, but this bounces near the plate for a ball. That's wide, 2-0. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. And he started to go around there, and it'll cost him, as they say. He did swing the bat. It's 2-1. Now here's the pitch.
Nope.
Ball 3. On deck, the left-handed hitting Brandon Belt. The 3-1 coming from Lester. And that misses ball 4. So that's just what you hope for here in the first. Base runners as you try to claw back into this one.
As if things aren't tough enough here playing in this hostile environment, he walks the leadoff hitter. And, oh, yeah, he's a threat to run every time he gets on base. Not the way he wanted to start this outing.
Striding in, Brandon Belt. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. Now the first pitch here from Lester. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
I wonder if that call not going his way right there has anything to do with walking the last guy. We all know umpires don't give you much on the corners if you're not throwing strikes consistently.
A runner at first with no outs here. Low and away as he misses again. 2-0.
Now with the 2-0 count and the power at the plate, it could be fireworks time. This is the kind of count he makes his money in.
Let's go. Wait for the pitch.
3-0 now.
A lot of times you'll see the take sign after 5 straight balls to start the inning, but with the middle of the order up at the plate here, I wouldn't be surprised if he's turned loose. Just has to be the right pitch to hack at.
Here it is on 3-0. Sinker stayed high but called for a strike. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. Here's a drive out to left center field. Hernandez is on his way home. In to score is the runner from first. It's now a 3-1 ball game.
Well, when you leave a pitch that high in the zone like that, you have to expect bad things to happen. So instead of a double play ball, he gives up a shot to the outfield, and that brings the runner all the way around from first to score.
Here's Buster Posey now. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Posey hits a high drive. That's deep out to left. Looking up is Contreras. That one is out of here. This game is tied. A 2-run shot for Buster Posey as the Giants have come back to tie it now at 3.
Well, he clearly didn't miss that pitch. He's so strong. If you look at the extension on that ball, he just really muscled that ball to the ballpark when it comes down to it.
Batting fourth.
Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence. As the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1.
Well, Matt, we got 2 aces on the mound. They've already each given up a run here early in the game. I tell you what, it's not what you expected, but I do know this. You got to get them early before they settle in.
Here comes the 1-0. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Here's the pitch. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
We are watching him reach back and just challenge it with the fastball. Now we got a 1-2 count, and that's 3 fastballs in a row.
The 1-2 pitch. Curveball that time, not even close. Here's Lester now on 2-2. And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And a fastball misses there. Ball 4.
Well, it's obvious that earlier home run he gave up is still on his mind. He had him 3-2, but he didn't want to give him anything over the heart of the plate to hit, so we'll see if that walk comes back to hurt him.
Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. His past history against John Lester, he's gone 3 for 11. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
I like that take right there. I know it's a strike, but man, they're making him work. He's been struggling early, and now they're making him work even more. You got to stay within your game plan and be patient, and I think this is a good plan right now.
Now Lester's 0-1. In the air to center field and deep back is the center fielder. Back he goes, but this is going to be a home run. Two-run shot to straightaway center, and it's now 5-3.
Boy, not the way you'd like to start a game, right? First inning, you come in, you give up 2 home runs. We'll see if he can regroup right here. It's not easy to sometimes come back from that.
Stepping in now, Eduardo Nunez. And he'll take a look at ball 1.
Man, he's really struggling. He's laboring out there already. He's already given up a bunch of runs. Now, I know you have to go ahead. You don't want to get in that bullpen too early, but I'm just curious, how long can the leash possibly be?
Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball. 1-1.
This could be an interesting night for him. He gives up the extra base hit, and then he makes a location pitch that he needs to make. If he does that consistently, he'll have a good night.
Ripped down the line. Played on the backhand. Throw on to first, and they're finally able to get on the board here. There's 1 away. And here's a look at the hometown Giants starting lineup in this one. Danny, any thoughts?
Well, we'll see if Hunter Pence can keep swinging that hot stick. This is the guy you want at the plate when the game is on the line. He thrives in these situations. It's almost like he goes to bed and says, I can't wait to play because the game is going to come down to me, and I'm going to make something happen. He thrives on performing in the big moments.
And the versatile Mac Williamson hits next. Into the windup and the pitch. Lays off 1-0.
Well, Matt, the big thing I'm looking at is how many pitches he's already thrown here in the first inning. He's got a high pitch count. So if he continues like this, we're definitely going to see a bullpen game.
Lester ready. The 1-0. Takes a high fastball for a strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Looks like he swung it underwater that time for strike 2. 1-2. Here it comes. And this is going to be a foul ball in amongst the spectators. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. Here's another 1-2. And that misses 2-2.
Seems like he's thrown everything at him, the kitchen sink, and he just fouled him off. So he tried to throw something right there and make him chase, and he didn't. So I don't know where he goes from here.
Breaking ball just misses the inside corner.
Now this is what baseball's about. A pitcher and hitter going back and forth. Foul ball, strike, foul ball. I can't wait to see how this ends.
Boy, not close again. His 3rd walk of the inning as that misses for ball 4.
Boy, oh boy, that's a tough one for the pitcher. He's definitely wondering where the heck was that pitch. I think he called it high, but our strike zone says otherwise.
Nick Hundley will be summoned off the bench here as he'll pinch hit with a runner at first and 1 gone in the inning.
Nick Hundley.
Right on, but this is foul down toward the box at 3rd. Runners on first with 1 down. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
That was an interesting pitch, Matt. Look, we're in a double play situation, and everybody knows he's got that hard sinker. Get that ground ball, maybe get a double play. But he didn't throw it. He just threw a fastball. I don't know what he's doing right now, but he got it in there for a strike.
0-2 now from Lester. Hit back up the middle. Scooped up on the backhand. Step on the bag for one. Back to Rizzo, and they get out of it here. A double play to retire the side. So they nearly bat around here as 8 men come to the plate in scoring 5. Second inning now from San Francisco. It's the Giants 5 and the Cubbies 3. George Contos, a right-handed reliever standing 6'3", gets the ball now out of the bullpen. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. He'll start things out in the top half of the second.
Wilson Contreras.
And he's in front of a tight little slider that time. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
All right, time for majestic defensive alignment for the Giants. And at second base, Joe Panic. Joe Baseball. This guy's a gym rat. He catches the ball, turns the pivot, but he doesn't make mistakes for you. It seems like he's always in the game, making the right decisions.
And now here's the versatile outfielder, Albert Almora Jr. Into the windup and the pitch. And a whiff at a good slider that time. The windup and the 0-1. Second pitch is chopped foul right at home plate, and he's behind now 0-2.
Well, he got a piece of that breaking ball right there. That's the second one he's seen in a row now, and he fouled that one off. Let's see if he comes back with a third one. 3 in a row.
Too high. 1-2. 1 out, nobody on. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Batting ninth, pitcher John Lester.
John Jay is into the on-deck circle now as he'll pinch hit for the pitcher Lester.
John Jay.
Takes a fastball on the inside corner. For his career in this matchup, he's 2 for 4. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
He is being aggressive in this inning. 0-2 on this hitter. The first 2 outs were recorded quick because he came right after the hitter. I don't think that changes right now either. He's going to continue to be aggressive to this hitter as well.
Tries the slider to ring him up, but he lays off 1-2.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you could do with that slider breaking down, and unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line, you see a lot of swinging misses on those.
2-2 now with 2 away and the base is empty. The pitch. Swing and a liner, but that's a foul ball. 2 out, nobody on. And he'll stay alive here, but just barely as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. Another try at 2-2. And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
I got to commend him for being a really tough out right now. Not everyone will battle like this with 2 outs and nobody on.
Neither guy giving in. Here's the next one. On the 8th pitch of the at-bat is the one that finally does it as he wears him down, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. Still a 2-run deficit. It's 5-3. Brett Anderson, a southpaw standing 6'3", gets the ball now out of the bullpen.
Brett Anderson.
Stepping in, Joe Panik. He'll get us going here in the bottom half of the second.
Second baseman, Joe Panik.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. But this will land untouched. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And he lays off for ball 1. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Hit hard to third. No problem here. 1 away.
Let's take a look at the Cubbies defensively, brought to you by Majestic. In this day and age with analytics and the shift applied all over the field, this team is old school. They may be a dinosaur. They don't shift as much as everybody else. They play that stationed standard baseball.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Gorky Hernandez. No official at bat for him, but he has scored a run in this one. Here comes the first pitch. A high fastball is in there. Set to deliver the 0-1. A late swing at a slider for a strike. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Hard hit ball to second. Zobrist is there. On to first, and it's a fine start to the inning for Anderson. 2 away now.
The first baseman, number 9, Brandon.
Trying to pick things up where he left off. Brandon Belt, in his career versus this pitcher, he's 2 for 4. Here's the first pitch now from Anderson. And he'll start him with a slider that's taken down and away for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. Slider stayed too low. Ball 2.
Back-to-back sliders away. Now I think you have to think about running something hard in. Not a good idea to throw a good hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
Sitting 3-0 right here. I wouldn't be surprised to see him turn him loose and give him the green light.
Here it comes on 3-0. Takes a knee-high fastball.
Well, I thought with 2 outs right there, that situation, he probably had the green light 3-0. Maybe he didn't get it where he wanted or get the pitch he's looking for, so he took it. But I think he's probably swinging here, too. 3-1.
And this is going to be a foul ball.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing 2 fastballs now in a row.
And look out. That's in very tight, and it's ball 4.
Well, when you go with the slider there in a full count, you're hoping that the hitter is thinking fastball and swings through it. Didn't work out that way, though. He lays off and gets the free pass.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Buster Posey. Man at first after the 2-out walk. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. The 0-1. Couldn't wait back. A swing and a miss.
You hate facing a guy with this many pitches in his repertoire, and now you go down 0-2. You have no idea what he's going to throw here. The at-bat's almost over.
Working for the punch out and the offering. And he misses there. 1-2. A runner on first with 2 away. Swing and a liner. Leaps and makes a terrific catch. And with that, the side is retired. Get up there, big fella, and take away a hit at third. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Back now in San Francisco on MLB Network. Thanks for joining us today. Ready for another chance? Kyle Schwarber. He'll step in to lead it off in the top of the third.
Kyle Schwarber.
High in the air out to center field. Hernandez giving chase. 1 out.
How about it? Third baseman, Chris Bryant.
Digging in to try it again. Chris Bryant. His prior history in this matchup. Just a couple of matchups. No hits in 2 at-bats. First pitch on its way. Leaves a slider right over the middle.
You know what? That ball's right down the middle. I think he was taking first pitch, just really trying to measure it.
1 out, nobody on. And a slider gets away from him here as it just about got him in the ankle. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Strike 2 at a pitch that catches the outside corner. One and 2. Here it comes. This is line to left. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
He's got to feel good about himself. A multi-hit game. He knows he's been struggling. We know he's been struggling. Maybe this is the start of good things to come.
Throw over to first. A dive, but he's back. And again a throw, and he has to dive, but he's back in easily. Into the box, Anthony Rizzo. There goes the runner in the dirt here. Pitch is in the dirt and knocked down, and he'll make it into second easily with a stolen base.
Well, they threw over there multiple times thinking he was going to try to swipe that bag, so they were onto him, but he just waited it out and took off when he had the chance. Nice job of base running there.
Runner at second here with 1 man out. And that one stayed too low, apparently.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear they don't want to challenge this guy right here, but working around a guy can come back to bite you at times.
Here he comes on 2-0. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
He might want that pitch back, up and away. That's a pitch you can really drive if you have the right approach towards that opposite field gap.
inside for a ball as he falls behind to him here. 3-1.
That's a good pitch to lay off right there. That cutter inside. And that is a real tough pitch for hitters to lay off of. And a lot of times, if you do swing at that cutter in, you're going to end up with some firewood in a broken bat.
And a half swing here, but this is in there for a called strike 2. On the ground to third. Nunez is there. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
The second baseman, number 18, Ben Zobrist.
Striding in once again, Ben Zobrist. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And now the Giants are going to get a left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball 1. One and 0 pitch on the way. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. On to first, and that's your ball game.
Hey, listen, you don't always want your closer to have to go 2 innings on a regular basis, but in this game, it was necessary for this one, and he had just enough to get the job done.
5-3, the final score in this afternoon's game. The Giants claim the victory despite being held to only 3 hits. John Lester lasted only an inning in the losing effort. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, and the rest of our crew. This is Matt Vasgersian, and you've been watching a presentation of MLB Network. See you next time.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Giants. 5 runs on 3 hits. No errors. They left 2 men on base.